My name's Marshall. This is my wife, Jen. I've read Game of Thrones. Jen hasn't. We watched the show for the Wall Street Journal. Not a bad gig. Hello, everybody. Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode 4. This was a big one because in the last 5 minutes of this episode, my wife's face was like, just
I
the
was
last
gonna
five,
ask,
just like for the last 5 minutes because you were shocked.
You had this amazing
I was just waiting. I
impression
knew
of
it was
me.
going to come to. I knew this was going to happen this episode, and I was really excited. So, what did you think?
Well, obviously, I was breathless.
You were breathless.
The last 5 minutes were breathtaking.
Yeah.
I thought that this episode was basically not just the most action-packed of the season, one of the most action-packed of the series.
Absolutely.
And to have it come after 3 episodes of kind of slow progression, character development, and all of that, to then have this just kind of constant, whether it's Jaime Lannister getting his face in the mud, and then culminating in Daenerys just totally owning the episode, owning the series, everything. I mean, she just was amazing.
Well, I think I used to complain about her last season where it's always like Daenerys is following men through the desert, just kind of doing what she's told. And this felt like the most proactive thing that she's done. And she proved to be as ruthless as anyone.
I would say it was the most proactive thing that any of the characters have done.
Fair.
And I think that that's what's interesting.
Well, except maybe Tyrion and the Battle of Blackwater with the wildfire and all that stuff.
But that brings us to another point in that Tyrion has kind of taken a back seat this season.
Well, I think he's taken a back seat in his family. He's taken a back seat at court. I think if season 2 was about Tyrion getting a taste of power, getting a taste of respect, getting a taste of some manner of authority, all of that has just been stripped away. And so, in many ways, his character in the land of Westeros and within the series has been kind of relegated. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing with himself, which makes that conversation about revenge really interesting because he's hunting for something to do and he's focusing on Cersei.
And I respect that. I really do. But I also really miss him.
Yeah.
And as much as I love these strong women and I love these kind of moments of just manipulation and kind of undermining and just women proving themselves to be beyond their place, their relegated place in life, I miss Tyrion.
Yeah. Well, Tyrion's kind of like, he's like a sorbet. He's like the palate cleanser.
But I also miss Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And I know this, I mean, I loved where this episode ended. I hope that now they turn the focus a little onto the other characters that we've been kind of missing.
I think like Tyrion, what I mean he's a palate cleanser, that with all the heavy medieval bombast that the show is shrouded in, Tyrion is the guy that secretly is kind of looking at everybody and is saying to himself, everyone's behavior is ridiculous, right? You know that no one is getting what they want. Everyone is insane except me. And that's the viewer, because if you watch all these people, that this is all insane. And Tyrion is your surrogate in that way, I think.
Now, as a non-reader of the books, do you think that has to do with the actor or the character?
Oh, I think it transcends. I think it's in both. On the page, he's the one, like, if you don't have a Tyrion chapter for a while, you miss it, because it's a breath of fresh air. You're like, all right, funny. Someone who's like is smart, and someone who's funny, and someone who thinks that all of this, this feudalistic nonsense is crazy.
Yeah. No, sort of as almost like a surrogate for the viewer.
Yeah, it's insane. Okay, that was the episode. Please tell us what you think. Weigh in the comments.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to try something, I'm going to try to get on Twitter and be better about Twitter. I go in fits and starts, like, for a couple months. So this is my Twitter handle below. Follow me on Twitter if you like. I can't promise any sort of clever, witty,
you are
anything.
Always clever.
I'm not, though. I'm really not.
You are.
It'll probably just be links to Star Wars stuff.
Which clever and witty enough.
But clever Star Wars things by other people.
We've been loving your comments.
Yes.
Just loving them.
It's been really awesome.
Fascinating. You guys, it's so cool to read the really long form stuff that you guys are writing. It's really great.
All right, so see you guys next week. Thank you so much. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you.
All right. Bye, guys.